Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. I am cranking a few of the weekend reality reviews out. I'm about to do RuPaul's Drag Race real quick because all I gotta say is RuPaul loves Kandy. RuPaul has been loving Kandy, this bitch, since the first episode, because I promise you she could have lost that first lip sync, episode 1. I don't know what it is. RuPaul just loves a genuinely ghetto girl. I don't know. Because that's all Kandy gives. This episode didn't give me too much, so let's jump into it. The main part of the episode was Henny. Who shrunk the drag queens? What does Henny mean? Because I thought it was honey, but I know Ru says Henny all the time. I don't understand all the drag lingo because I'm not drag queen. So if you know what Henny, what is that? Is that just another word for honey? I love it either way, but Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, for me, was a growing up classic. Like, I can remember being a little kid at my grandma's house, because this back when we had the VCRs on the VCH tapes. That was something in my grandmother's catalog of VHS tapes, and I put it in there every time I went over there, and I loved to watch Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It was a great movie. I loved it. So when they kind of did the re-thing of it, I said, this could be cute. Everybody gets a C+. Like, you pass the test, but you just pass. It ain't like you got an A. You ain't even get a B-. Everybody just passed. Like, it was very mediocre. But I blame it on the characters. One, I ain't write down the pop names they're supposed to be. Kandy fought for hers because it was supposed to be between Kandy and Simone was fighting for the mean girl role. And I'm like, Kandy, you are a mean girl. You just want to play yourself. It's not really an acting challenge if you're playing yourself. But I'm going to read all these bitches in a minute because everybody. At the end of the day, Simone gave it to Kandy because she was like, I could play either one. And I was just like, Simone, you really gonna like everybody is scared of Kandy. I think because she's just one of those bitches who's loud. But she's not really saying nothing. Like, I could be loud too. I don't care about you getting loud. I want the role, bitch. But that's not everybody's personality. So I feel like Kandy backs a lot. And I've said that before in past reviews because me and Kandy had this love-hate. And it really ain't a love-hate. It's kind of like a love-dislike. Because I don't hate her. It's just a dislike. And I don't like the favoritism. But moving on. We ain't going down these rabbit holes. So Kandy gets the part of the mean girl. Simone is supposed to be the leader. Like, the leader of the pack. Someone who they look to for leadership. She's already played this role in the improv when Rose was the gnome. Like, she was the leader of the company. Gottmik is the whiny girl. Olivia is playing herself as the nice. You know, that's Olivia. She playing that one. And then Rose is playing Butch Queen. Rose to me is the only actress, but her part just wasn't funny. None of the shit was funny. I was entertained. Like, I was not watching TikTok. I was not scrolling Instagram. So I was entertained. I did watch the show. They're working with, was it Ross and Michelle? I don't know who the hell they're working with. But, I forgot, somewhere in the workroom, Scarlett Johansson came in and her husband, I hit the fast forward. I ain't care. Just like when Anne Hathaway, I ain't care nothing about that. If you ain't there, I don't care. Let's get to the main stage because that's where the meat and potatoes of this episode is. We see the final production. It was just a slow ride. It didn't get, like, it just wasn't funny. The funniest part was Gottmik getting played with the pussy paw by the cat and her, achoo, achoo. And that wasn't even all that funny. I guess it really wasn't funny. I was entertained, but I wasn't entertained with laughter. I guess I was mostly entertained with the nostalgic vibe of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It was cute, but it wasn't all that. Nobody was playing their character. Like, I didn't see any leadership from Simone. Rose had to have the smallest part because I didn't see Butch Queen. Like, Rose gave good facials. When it was time for Rose to give a facial expression, she gave it. Olivia wasn't dumb, because when I think of dumb, I think of old girl from Mean Girls. I can't think of the child name. But who was like, I have a power. I'm a psychic. I can tell, my breath can tell when it's raining. But it has to be raining. Like, dumb shit like that. Olivia didn't give me that. Gottmik gave me Paris Hilton. Simone was Jennifer Lewis. And Kandy was Kandy. Everyone has been playing parts, these same roles, the entire season. So let's get to the runway. The theme is pockets. I was here for it. The one who slayed it was Simone's. And she slays it every week. She was a gigantic jean pocket with herself stuffed in it. That outfit Simone had on, I would wear today. I wouldn't put that headboard piece on the back, but just the jean jumper with those wide leg pants and that huge zipper accent. Girl, tell me who made it for you. I want them to make me one in my size. That shit was cute. Cute. Oh, live for it. Oh, let's get off Simone. Who came up next? Olivia. Just a gray, sparkly, poofy dress. It didn't really give me pockets. It gave me ruffles that were just so big you could put your hands in them, but it didn't give me pockets. So, whatever. That bitch, Rose. You talk about somebody who has changed my mind from the beginning of the season to now. If y'all don't know me, that 60s mod look, I die for it. I live for it. I was already here for Rose when she came out in the poncho. But then when she took it off and had on a all pocket little baby doll dress underneath, I loved it. Her and Simone, like, Simone is something that I would put on today. I would wear both of them bitches outfits. Cause I love that 60s vibe look. Who's up next? Kandy looking a damn fool talking about this Japanese kid street culture look. No ma'am. Cause I like the Japanese street kid look. And that was not it at all. No ma'am. It looked like you ain't know what to do. Those didn't even look like pockets. They just look like squares of vinyl and a whole bunch of strings. And the wig, Kandy. The wig. You actually packed that wig and brought it with you. That reason alone, you should have went home. For that alone, you should have went home. You actually bought the wig, put it on your head and said, oh, this look good. And then spray painted it neon colors and said, oh, this is banging. Put it in your trunk and came to RuPaul and had the audacity to wear it down the main stage. For that, you should have went home. Nevertheless, the outfit. We get to Gottmik, who slayed it again. I love the concept. I love the theme. Gottmik and Simone can do no wrong on the runway. I mean, I do get tired of Gottmik, her pasties sometimes, but Gottmik always looks good. But let's get into the critiques. Simone got a good critique. I thought Simone was going home because all episode Simone was crying, talking about how she's not good enough. She's come this far and she feel like she getting ready to go home. I said, whenever bitches are crying about going home, they going home. That's just what it leads up to. They got Gigi in the background. She don't want to let down Gigi. She don't want to let down her house. Her house looks good. I bet you they tear up the fashion categories. But anyway, Simone had a good critique. She damn near won the challenge. Up next, who won? Was it Rose who won? I tell you, anybody could have won. Cause it just wasn't funny. Olivia got a bad critique. Your outfit was not a cute pocket. It wasn't. And they're tired of you being Olivia. And Olivia got on my nerve because she always had to ask a question. And girl, you ain't gotta ask no questions. Take your direction and keep going. Was that on the replay reel? Because if she was really asking all them questions, I would have been pissed and would have had to tell her to shut the. We don't curse up. I would just have to tell her to shut up. So Olivia is up for elimination. Rose got a great critique. They lived for her outfit. Like, I lived. I think Cynthia Erivo, she was the guest. I love her too. Oh, and that Aretha, she did Aretha in that Genius Aretha 8-part special. She told Rose that outfit was a wet dream. Like, I love the 60s too. Rose did a good job. Now, they finally read Kandy for being Kandy. They're finally telling Kandy, you're always playing this mean, ghetto role. You would have did better if you might have switched roles with Olivia, and Olivia could have played mean, and you could have played dumb, and maybe y'all could have showed us some range or something. And then, Kandy, this outfit is a no ma'am. And I'm like, bitch, every outfit Kandy has on is a no ma'am. Like, I barely gave Kandy a ma'am this whole season. She's always been a no ma'am on the runway. And she should have went home on a yellow challenge. I told y'all from the beginning, they're going to silky nutmeg ganache Kandy because Ru loves those type of personalities. But to me, Silky is funnier and more talented. Now, Silky runways with some trash most of the time too, but Silky could slay the daily challenges. She could dance. She definitely could act. I don't know. I just feel like Ru loves this type of personality and is going to push them into that top 4. Gottman got a good critique, whatever. My whole thing is, y'all want to tell Kandy and Olivia that they're playing the same role the whole season. Kandy is one flatline. Olivia nice flatline. True. But outside of Simone giving us life on the runway, she plays Jennifer Lewis every week. It don't matter what she doing. It's Jennifer Lewis. Gottmik, if she would not have played Paris Hilton for the Snatch Game, I wouldn't have connected those dots. But Gottmik has been giving us that Paris Hilton voice this whole competition. So, give everyone that same critique. Like, to me, Rose needs to win. As much as I love you, Simone, I love you. Rose needs to win. So now we got to ask everybody, who do we think should go home? And I like it when they ask this question. Everyone says Olivia because Olivia doesn't know who she is yet and her drag isn't developed yet. And Olivia has the hardest time. It looked like it took her 15 minutes to say Kandy. But I want to say, this is not RuPaul's Best Friend's race. What part of Kandy's drag is developed? Olivia has slayed runways. Kandy has looked like trash. Olivia has won many challenges, or at least have been in the top. Kandy has been trash this entire season. Just because Kandy has been doing it longer does not mean that she's doing it better. And then at some point, Kandy had the nerve to say, none of my housemates has ever made it this far, not Aja or Dahlia. And I'm like, bitch, that's because RuPaul maybe didn't like them as much as he likes you. Clearly, you, now I can't speak for Dahlia, but Dahlia did. The runways I seen, Dahlia slayed that runway. But Kandy, don't. This is why I fault Michelle and RuPaul and all them for not being honest with Kandy, because Kandy thinks she's up here because she's up here when she's only up here because RuPaul put you there. It was not an earned Final Four. But let's get to it. Olivia, Kandy lip syncing for their life. The lip sync is a hard one because it's off it's a Cher, Diana Ross. I forget who was the lip sync song. It seemed like a little disco number. Kandy was giving her attitude, like pointing at Olivia, like, yeah, you trash, bitch, which made the judges laugh. But it's not emoting the song. Olivia was giving me the song. She was dancing. Her dances were on beat. Her dances were cute. Her lip sync was on point. But if you notice the camera stayed on Kandy, I would say 80% of the time. And we only got to see about 20% of Olivia's lip sync. Kandy's dancing was offbeat. They both ain't do nothing but a shimmy across the stage and a couple of twirls. Kandy did throw some glitter in the air, but who hasn't? Like, who hasn't done that this season? That ain't even the first time we saw that this season. Kandy threw some glitter up in the air and she won. Did she deserve to win? I don't think so, but I didn't expect anything less. I knew Ru was going to put Kandy in that top 4. I didn't know he was going to X out Olivia. I guess. What got me, and y'all correct me in the comments, next week still don't look like it's the final episode. Like, they still are doing that. So is it a top 3? It looks like they got to do that episode where everybody lip syncs on a RuPaul song. Huge choreography, huge production. I don't know. The only one who I feel should slay this is Rosé. She's a singer, dancer, performer. Everyone else has 2 left feet. Like, Simone can't pick up choreography. Kandy, to me, cannot pick up choreography. Gottmik is lost when it comes to choreography. Y'all know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. So we shall see. If RuPaul pushes Kandy into a top 3 finale, because I'm assuming with COVID, we still aren't going to have some huge production, with all the ladies come back. I'm assuming we're either going to have a finale like last season where it's some huge production in the house and everybody is lip syncing for not their life, but the legacy in their homes, which I hope they don't do. I don't want to see that again. It was cute for what it was because it came on at the last minute. COVID hit and we had to do it at home. I hope we can at least do it like All Stars and the finale is just on the main stage. And it is what it is. And I hope we definitely have a reunion because it's some stuff we got to talk about. I hope they call Kandy out. I hope everybody calls everybody out on the bullshit and the favoritism. I'm assuming Olivia will get congeniality. But that's it. We'll see what happens next week. Can you imagine if Simone, Gottmik, or Rosé? I feel like of everyone left, I don't see RuPaul cutting any of those 3 out to let Kandy go to the final 3. Maybe if it's a lip sync, maybe Gottmik versus Kandy, because Gottmik and I don't know. But anyway, like, comment, share. We're going to talk about it next week when we get to it. Can we just put on All Stars? Anyway, I will see you all later. Thank you for watching. Bye.